What is going on, my beautiful people? And I'm excited because turkey season is now over, so we can start putting back out mineral and lures and attractants for deer in order to get more pictures of deer and get them ready for the upcoming season. The reason I don't run a whole lot of stuff during turkey season is because in the state of Georgia, it's illegal to hunt turkeys over bait. And with turkeys, you don't know where they're gonna be. If they're liable to gobble in front of your mineral site, you really can't come hunt them because you have mineral on the ground. And because I film everything and post it on the internet, I have to make sure I'm 100% legal. So what we're gonna do is, you can see the deer have been tearing up this mineral site from just in the past when I've put stuff out. So I'm gonna let the deer tell me what I need to do, and I'm gonna put some more come here deer out on this. You can see it's plenty wet, so I'm not gonna really add any water, but you can just see the tracks and the scrapes and scratches and everything else. So as you guys know, if you've been a long-time subscriber, this is a very important spot. We've put lots of stuff here in the past. I actually have a stand still right over there that I'm probably gonna move this season depending on deer activity, because last season the deer didn't really come through here a whole lot. But we'll put a trail camera right there on that pine tree and get our come here deer spread out. And I know that whole intro I said come here deer, but it's actually deer cane, so a mineral salt-based, and you guys know what all deer cane has in it, but we're gonna get that put out right now. All right, so as you can see, I got that deer cane, got it right that time, spread out pretty evenly around this, and I know the deer already know that this mineral site's here, so I'm not too worried about putting any other attractant or anything like that on there. But I am gonna put a bucket of corn, go ahead and get a little feed out, and we're gonna actually make another spot today. So got another bucket of corn. That'll be a later video, so make sure you subscribe, like the channel if you like anything like this. It really does help, and subscribe if you haven't. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this out, and then we will come back in 2 weeks once we get our trail camera set and see what's been coming in the area. And this is our final product. Got our corn, got our deer cane. Now it's just up for us to get our camera. So the main reason I am going ahead and creating mineral sites and putting this mineral down is because I want my deer this year to be able to grow. I'm gonna get some protein feed, and I'm gonna invest in a bunch of different kind of minerals this off season to hopefully grow these deer to their full potential. Because as you guys know, I've been hunting Buns for 2 years now. I'll throw some pictures up of Buns throughout his progress and this YouTube channel's progress. But I've been hunting him for a while, and he's got to be at least a 4 or 5 year old deer at this point. So he's going to be hitting his prime and getting to that point where he's a mature deer that I'm looking to kill. And I saw him one time last year in this exact area. So hopefully he's still going to be around here. I want to see him grow. I want to see what he turns into. And I want this to be an area that he's frequenting. So if he can start that now and I get that summer pattern, first day of bow season, first couple weeks of bow season, he should still be coming through here, and hopefully we'll be able to kill him. That's the deer I want to be my first kill with my bow, because that's just something I really want. So we're gonna go ahead and get this trail camera up, and hopefully we'll get him on camera. Looking pretty good right at it, and as you can see, the deer coming up this little river bottom, walk right through here, eat around at this mineral site, which is 40 yards, a 40-yard shot, right through there to my stand. You can see it on that tree. And typically what they'll do is they'll eat here, and then they'll walk right back up through this trail, which is actually what we're gonna go through. I have another trail camera right there on that tree. You can kind of see the little box right here. But I'm gonna move that trail camera, and I'm gonna put my Primos trail camera over there. But there's actually an antique deer feeder that I found, and so I'm gonna go fix that up in just a second and get some corn in it and see what's coming to that thing. So y'all, this year is gonna be a great year, so make sure you subscribe. Start the journey now. Let's get us to 1,000 subs. I know that we can do it. But I'll see you guys in 2 weeks to see what's coming up to this area right here. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those other videos that are soon to come. Peace out. All right, everybody, it has been 2 weeks since we put out, I believe it was deer cane right in this little spot here. And let me tell you, the ground is pretty tore up. So there's definitely been a lot of traffic right here. It hadn't rained any, so it hadn't quite soaked all the way in. There's still a little powder sitting on top, but you can tell the deer have been tearing this area up. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around so you guys can see this. I mean, you can just tell the deer have been absolutely tearing it up here. All these clods of dirt that are kicked up and tore up, and you can see all the hoof marks like right in here where they've been scratching this red clay. I mean, they've been absolutely going at it. You can see the trails they've wore down. My food plot over there, you can see that they've eaten it down some as well around all this little regular brush that's growing up. And then they're going right up through there down the rest of this gully back towards the river. And we just got done putting a trail camera as well as another mineral site right there by the river. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss it. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to check this trail camera, we'll see how many photos are on it, and then we'll get back to the house and take a look at them. All right, everybody, we made it back to the house and like capped this hat though. So when nature calls out, this doesn't have like a snapback back, it's just the flex fit. But look at it, brown with the orange writing. Like, this thing looks nice. So it's pretty exciting to have merch. If you would be interested in purchasing merch, let me know in the comments below. This is a very like limited edition right now. It's the first ones I've gotten. But if this is something you guys would be interested in, make sure you drop it in the comments and let me know. And maybe one day we'll be able to give away a hat, or we'll be able to do merch or something like that. But let me know in the comments below. I have this trail camera card pulled from when we did the deer cane and the corn mixture. And I pulled out, I don't know, about 10 to 15 pictures because, I mean, there was 2,000 or 3,000 that this camera took. So I pulled some of the best ones, and we're going to go over those. So you can see on the 16th is when I put everything out. You have a nice little body shot of me here holding my camera, putting out the product, and you can kind of see what that last little bit looks like. And then from there, we put it out at 4:11 p.m. and at 6:15 that same day, we already had deer coming through. We had two, this looks like a yearling, and then maybe like a 1.5 to 2-year-old doe. Nothing really spectacular, but they were coming in. So it's good to know that we are having that doe movement. That way in the rut, we'll know that if we keep these does around, that the bucks should start coming to this area. So in the next photo, about 45 minutes later, we had a massive doe. I mean, this doe is huge. I'm assuming that she's still pregnant and just hasn't dropped her baby yet. But as you can see, I mean, this doe is just very large, especially in comparison to those other deer. It's good to see that we have young does and those mature does still around. And as you can see, this is another picture of that same doe, and you can just see how much bigger she is compared to these other two. And one of them decided to take a nap right over here by this left tree. I'll throw a circle up for you guys, that way you don't miss it. I thought that was neat, and it just shows how comfortable these deer are in this area, despite the fact that we use it so frequently. This photo I thought was pretty neat because we had 4 does in a line. They kind of like did a connect 4 almost, and just on that right side, we just have 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, and I thought it was a pretty neat picture. Then this happened, and it was absolutely ridiculous what came into this deer cane and corn mixture. We had this hog, and take a look at this hog, everybody. I know I've said it before, I need to do some night vision hunting or something along those lines, but this is a big pig, and we need to try to get it. Old Wilbur here came out, and I mean, I don't know a lot about pigs in my area. There aren't a whole lot of them. This one had to have come off the river, but I mean, this thing looks to be, I don't know what, 200 pounds? Maybe even more than that. Let me know in the comments below, all of you pig experts, how much you think it is. He even brought a little raccoon buddy up with him, but this deer, or this pig, is just massive. And it was the 17th at 4 to 2 a.m. this thing was hanging out. The next photo is from the next morning, and we have 2 does that are straight up squaring up. Like, these things are about to get after it. 2 older does fighting for this mineral. It shows you just how much deer need the nutrients this time of year, that they're literally willing to fight over it and fight over that territory. And it's pretty interesting to me to be able to see this social interaction with the deer. Next up, we have what I assume to be the same two deer, but if you look at this deer's face, I'm going to try to zoom in on it. It looks like it was one of the ones that was fighting, and I can't tell if maybe she got kicked in the head, but it looks like her hair is jacked up. It looks like she either has a bunch of ticks or something along those lines on her left eye there. I don't know if maybe she was one of the ones that was fighting and got kicked in the head or what's going on there, but she's definitely taken some sort of damage to her head. And then in the next picture at 4:20 p.m. still on the 17th, you can see that these deer are about to square up again. This doe on the right is actually the same one. If you zoom in, you can still see that little mark that she has on that left eye. And then of course, you know, we have this other younger deer right here as well, but she is locking down this mineral pit. She does not want anything else around her. So I assume she needs the nutrients, whether it's because she's pregnant or just because she's that starved for mineral and nutrients that she doesn't want anything else around. But it's pretty funny to me to still see these social interactions between these deer and be able to capture them on camera. And funnily enough, that picture right there is the last picture I have from the 17th. I think my cameras were a little bit dead and stopped taking photos after that. But, I mean, it literally took 2,000 or 3,000 photos just between the 16th and 17th. So I need to do some adjusting to my settings on my camera, but that's why I wanted to go ahead and get them out. That way I can try to see what's transitioning in my area. You know, of course, with deer cane, you can check any of my other videos. If deer cane is something that, you know, you have accessible, if you want to be able to get it from those stores, by all means, you can use it, and it's going to deliver results. It's going to bring some deer in, and I mean, they're even going to get to the point where they want to take ownership of the mineral pit, and they're going to fight for it. They're going to stay their ground. That doe's not going to be going anywhere. That doe's going to be there for at least this season, or as long as I'm keeping mineral on that pit, she's going to be there. So that's a really important thing to make sure you do, to bring these does in, keep these does. That way when it's the rut, they're getting ready to be bred. Those bucks are going to be there to chase after those does. And luckily enough, I have a stand right there that if those does are still there, bucks are going to be traveling up and down it. And hopefully we'll be able to get a shot in one. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have had a great summer so far. I hope you guys are spending some time out in the woods, making sure you're getting your trails and your camera set up and everything like that. If not, now's the time to do it. We're about 90 days from bow season. So make sure you're getting out there. Make sure you're getting all your minerals out. Make sure you're getting your food plots prepped to get planted. And make sure you're getting your trail camera set up. That way you know what's in your area. But enough of this jabbering. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the verse of the week. And this verse of the week comes straight out of Psalms 91 verse 2. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him. And that's just powerful, man. I love being able to share these powerful verses with you. Anytime you're stressed, anytime you're worried, turn to God. He'll be your refuge. He'll keep you safe. And if you trust in his word and you trust what he says, you're going to go places in life. I promise you that. I love every single one of you. Thanks for watching. And always remember, when nature calls or God calls, you better answer. Peace.